Hey, it's Brad from BackcountrySkiingCanada.com. Today we're going to take a look at the Suunto Spartan Ultra Titanium watch. This is a new watch from Suunto, just released this fall. It replaces the Ambit series of watches, the 1, 2, and 3 that we reviewed earlier. If you want to see those watches, you can look at the review of the Ambit 3 over here. This watch retails for $1,035 Canadian, so it is pretty pricey, but the big news is the battery life. 26 hours of battery life in sport tracking mode. Also, it's got a touch screen on it and a color display, so some really big new features from Suunto. This software version is currently at 1.2.4, and that just came out 2 days ago on October 14th. They've been updating software about every month. There was an update in September as well, some new stuff to come out in November as well. So currently the watch has a touchscreen, color display, has got a barometer obviously, altimeter, GPS, temperature, compass, Bluetooth built in, so you can talk to your smartphone connectivity for messages and things like that, as well as a heart rate monitor belt. The newer version coming out in the spring is supposed to have a built-in heart rate sensor, but for now you have to have the belt for it. It's also got an alarm, stopwatch, and a recovery mode. And it also tracks your activity as well. So activity monitoring is a big thing. With this watch, new as well is vibration alerts, which is a great new feature, so you don't have to have it beeping all the time you get a text message or an email or a social media alert. And also you can choose watch faces as well on it. So as I said before, this replaces the Ambit series, the 1, 2s, and 3. It also comes in a Spartan Sport mode, and that retails for $735, so slightly cheaper, but it only has 16 hours of battery life in tracking mode. This watch is comparable to the Garmin Fenix 3, which we reviewed over here, and very similar feature set. With the Spartan Ultra, the hardware is top-notch, but the software is being updated on a regular basis, so there's a lot of features that currently aren't in this version. I've been playing with this watch for a few days now. I'm going to take off in a couple days to go and hike in Nepal and climb a peak, so I'm going to be testing it over the next month while I'm climbing there. I'll come back with a full review, so be sure to watch for that. But why don't we go and look at some of these features right now of the Spartan Ultra. So here you can see one of the watch faces available on the new Spartan. If I give it a quick double tap, the backlight comes on, makes it a little easier to see in this video. And then I've got 3 buttons on the side here. The center button will toggle through some of the secondary features. And I can navigate with the top and bottom button, or I can also swipe up and down because it is touch sensitive. And I go through the various modes. And you can see our settings mode here as well. And I can also toggle back down. So there's our stopwatch. That was new in the October update. Our logbook, our navigation, which is GPS, and then our exercise if we want to track something. And then below the watch face, if we toggle down, we've got our activity monitor, which tracks our steps, our training, and then our recovery mode as well. And then we go back up to the watch face. If I give a tap and hold with 2 fingers, I can get into my settings mode. And this is where I can set all the different parameters on the watch. So there's lots of different submenus in there that you can set various features to make it unique to you. And if I swipe back, it'll go back to the watch face again. If I tap and hold again, it'll go into our watch faces, so I can actually select different watch faces in here. There's quite a few, some digital ones, analog ones, and then if we find something we like, we can stick with that and then go back to the main menu again. So if I want to track an exercise, I can either hit the up button or I can just swipe down, tap on an exercise, and this one's on ski touring, and there's also cycling, mountain biking, a whole bunch of other different activities. I've actually customized these in the Moves Count website specifically to me, but if I want to go into ski touring, I can tap on that. I can also use the center button and say start, and it's going to start as soon as it finds the GPS connection. So there it is, which is pretty good because I'm actually inside a house right now, and it starts tracking things. Once we're satisfied with our tracking and we're done the event, we can press up here. We can resume again if we want to resume that because it's paused, and then we can also end it. And once it ends, it asks how satisfied you were with that. And you can set a different parameter to that to track your experience for the event. And then it comes with all of your details. Obviously this wasn't a big event, so there's not a lot of details there, but this would be full of different details. If you had a heart rate monitor belt, you could have that data in there as well. And then it tracks all this in your logbook. And then we can go back to the watch face. So now if we go back into our logbook here, you can see there's a few events in there. And then we can tap on that and get all of our data back again. And then you would want to upload this to the Moves Count website as well, so you can share it. And then we can swipe back to the logbook, and one more will take us back to the logbook interface, and then back to navigation, exercises, and back to the watch face. So lots of interactivity, either with the buttons or with the swiping to move around and navigate through the interface of the Suunto Spartan. If we go into navigation, you can see that's where we find our routes that we can create and download from movescount.com. And then we've got our compass as well, and then our navigation settings. So the compass was calibrated yesterday. I've got to do another calibration on it. And then this would show the compass in that area there. And then we can go backwards out of navigation. Logbook we looked at. Stopwatch is pretty self-explanatory. We can start and stop the stopwatch, and then we can reset it back to 0. And then our settings again, and this is exactly the same settings that we found by just doing a double tap on the main screen. So general connectivity, outdoor, navigation, notifications. So there are notifications on the watch as well. I don't have anything on there currently, but if you got a text message or something from Facebook, it would show up on the screen, and you could read it there. I'll just go back to the main watch face there. So the hardware of the Suunto Ambit is pretty solid. The software needs some upgrades still, and they are upgrading every couple of weeks and every month for sure. And the update just came out 2 days ago, so this is the latest update, and that included the stopwatch feature, which wasn't in there before. And there's a lot more feature updates planned, so definitely lots coming for the Spartan. Right now it's still the early days, but Suunto always does a good job of updating things. There are no apps available for the Spartan, but there will be in future, I'm sure. So definitely, if you've got an Ambit 3, this is the future of the Suunto's watch lineup, but we're still waiting for more updates to make this watch really compatible and to be as good as the Ambit 3 was, and even better. But it's definitely getting there, and the touch-sensitive screen and the color display, the ability to choose watch faces, and as well as also the vibration alerts are definitely a big feature. So there you have it, the Suunto Spartan Ultra Titanium watch, new from Suunto. We're going to go test this in the Himalaya in Nepal and climb some peaks with it, and I'll come back in about a month's time and I'll have another review for you with a full review of the watch and all the specs, and by then there'll probably be another software update as well, so look for that review. For everything else backcountry, other GPS watch reviews, other ski reviews, go to backcountryskiingcanada.com. Thanks.